Hi there, Jean Cregan here with today's video message. I'm a person that worries. Do you worry? I think it's something that a lot of us struggle with in different ways. I'm a work in progress and have gotten lots better over the years, but I do know people that struggle with significant worry and anxiety, and our world is full of it. So any one of us might be anywhere on the spectrum of worry and the ways that it affects the way we live. Today, I'm going to propose a little bit of a shift in the way we think, in the way our faith might help us. Let me start with a very simple example. When my children were young, I would tell them what we were doing for the day. We're going to go to the park or the zoo or the beach. And one of my children, the same one each time, would say, "But Mom, what if it rains?" And I would just answer her and say, "What if it doesn't?" But inside, that question, "what if?" would raise my alert level. It would raise my anxiety. I don't know about you or if you can relate to that, but the question, "what if?" would start to make me think, well, what if she's right? What if it does rain? What if this happens? And it would kind of send my mind spiraling a little bit, and I would have to kind of get that under control to a certain degree. Recently, Father Bob pointed me to a discussion on Relevant Radio where they proposed that we flip the question from what if to even if. Instead of asking, what if this happens, look at it as saying, even if this happens. A better answer for my daughter might have been, even if it rains, we'll still have fun, or even if it's gonna rain, we'll get a couple of hours in before it does. Even if, instead of what if. Now, our faith gives us a wonderful gift of shedding some light on this, but we have some real struggles, right? We have some real what ifs. What if I don't get the job? What if we run out of money? What if I lose my job? What if my child doesn't succeed? What if my loved one doesn't get better? There are real what ifs in our lives, and it's going to take some effort. But what if we looked at them and said, even if, instead of what if? Jesus told us he'll be with us always until the end of the age. That's why I'm sitting in front of a nativity in February. I have a really hard time putting it away because I love the peaceful scene it portrays and the anchor it gives me that this event did in fact happen. Jesus is in fact with me always. And that reminder when I walk into my house. We all know the birth of an infant doesn't look this peaceful all the time. But Mary and Joseph had a very clear understanding that God was with them. And that even if the worst happened, God would stay with them. Now, St. Paul told the Philippians in the early church, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." We all need our hearts and minds guarded, and who doesn't want a peace that transcends understanding? St. Paul was telling us, in essence, the same way. Take your even ifs to God in prayer. It may be that our circumstances don't change, that our even ifs, even if this happens, the worst might still happen. But when we bring our even ifs, it not just restructures the way we think, because a lot of times even if isn't as bad as what if. But when we bring those petitions and those prayers to God in prayer, our circumstances may not change, but the prayer changes us. And we're closer and closer to a peace that transcends understanding. I hope that that switch from what if to even if might help remind us that God is in fact with us, even if whatever is happening in your world happens. What do you think? Do you think this could be a powerful shift we could make together? Imagine the impact on the world if we all started thinking even if instead of what if. Let me know what you think in the chat.